welcome back to the new episode. And today I'm just having a bit of a wander around the city. Just want to do a bit of like a logistics observations of Edinburgh sort of episode. Just see what I can find, see what interesting things I see, and what goes through our minds as logistics and supply chain experts. Definitely mentioned this before, but one of my favourite things about logistics is waste management. You can see here, middle of the day, start of July, the city's pumping and the waste management trucks are now collecting rubbish. If we quickly swing around, you can even see old mate who's going to collect the bins has to run all the way down into the close down here just to pick up the rubbish. All the manual work going on here. And this isn't even the busy part of the city. We're not even on the Royal Mile yet. Okay, so what you would have seen there is as we walked up the Royal Mile, you have heaps of shops on either side. Retail outlets, you know, whiskey shops, pubs, restaurants, all of these things. You also have tourists. So Edinburgh basically doubles in size in summer. We're in the middle of July at the moment now. You also have street performers doing their thing. You've got various other, you know, I think you might have seen a little junk truck coming through. There was the Royal Mail, all of these little things happening. And that whole area is then bollarded. You would have seen the road closed, you would have seen the bollards on the way through. So what I like to think about is, well, how are all these stores, all these restaurants, all these pubs, how are they getting deliveries? Now it is currently middle of the day, so this is an ideal time for logistics because there's a lot of congestion, as you can see. So usually these things would happen at night, but even with notwithstanding that, there's nowhere for the trucks to park as convenient to get into these stores, and the thought of running a pallet jack or something up these cobbled streets would be a nightmare. So it's kind of interesting to think about how this all comes together. And if you're a logistics business, or if you're selling products into these stores, understanding all of these complexities, it's quite important to help you manage your costs, because all of these little things will just continue to blow your costs out. Okay, so now with that in mind, we're just going to try and see how I'd make a delivery to one of the pubs on the Royal Mile. I'm going to use the Jolly Judge. If you're ever in Edinburgh, go to the Jolly Judge, it's great. So just as a quick reference, we've got the castle is just up there behind us with the kirk. Then we've got over here, we're sort of standing at the top of the Royal Mile. Now, you could feasibly get a truck in over the back here and park it up there. And let's work with that. So let's say we're starting there, and you're going to the pub that's delivering bottles of cider, bottles of beer, kegs, all of this stuff. So you've got to park behind me here, and you walk along these cobblestones with pallets and a pallet jack through this way. Now, maybe you're lucky, maybe there isn't this many people here, maybe you're doing this early night, early evening, or late night, or early morning rather, and you can bring it down here, you go up these cobblestones, you hit these steps. So we're going to go up these steps, and imagine you're carrying a couple of 100 kilos of alcohol with you. You go down here and you go down this little tiny James Court, head down here through this little tunnel, and it's downstairs here, and then once you get here you have another few steps to get down. You come in here, find a pub in here. Or if we go have another quick look around, jump around this area, there might be a cellar, which I don't think there is. So here you go. This is the other cool thing that happens here, is then you have all your kegs that are waiting to be collected on the next delivery. So I'm guessing you'd make your delivery down into this little door here. And so then what happens is not only have you now got a major delivery, you then get to pick up all of these kegs. So my simple way of explaining this is just looking at this is like there's a lot of complexity that goes into this stuff. And you could actually probably look, let me see what we can find here. If you look at some of these labels, you can see 2x2 Brewing, Swanee Brewery in Orkney, New Barns, which is just down in Leith, so that's an easy one. Or you can see the Long White Cloud, which is a pretty good beer if I do say so myself. But you can just see all these kegs from all these local breweries that have just been left around. Anyway, this little video is taking a bit longer than I thought, so we'll see how we edit it. But this is all the complexity that goes into logistics and running a business. And I know I keep speaking about breweries because I think they're a very relevant thing that people can understand. I might come back tomorrow and see if these kegs are still here. One of the reasons I also wanted to come and do this at this time is we're now mid-July, so in 3 weeks this whole area is pumping for the Edinburgh Festival. All of the festivals happening at once, and so all of these areas, this is Bristow Square. Bristow Square this year is run by Underbelly, and we'll just be pumping with people. And I just wanted to quickly get this because we found another truck, and this guy, I'm guessing, has just been bringing in some of this equipment that was being putting up behind me. So if we get one more spin, so yeah, we might even try and get some little content during the festival of how people are engaging, and you can see how this is actually pumping when it's busy. So I'm now working my way back home. So I left the Royal Mile, came down through past Bristow Square, and just sort of now hanging out near Holyrood Distillery. Now, actually didn't see too much logistics happening here. Even on the walk today, there wasn't that much happening, so I thought I'd come check here out. Now, if you kind of look here, you can see down here on the hind, this is where the little operation area is. That's actually where you can see those IBCs back in the corner there. That would be originally ethanol that they would have brought in to help make the whiskey, and they're currently empty and waiting there for them to be collected, which would be why this is all blocked off with the forklift out the front. Holyrood Distillery back here, you can kind of just see, and I might do a quick flip around and we can walk past as we go, but here you go, coming through. You can sort of see their dispatch area here, all of those IBC. You can tell they've got ethanol in them because I don't know if you can really see it, you can see the placards on the end have their red class 3 sticker on it, which means that they're flammable liquids, and it would say ethanol, I believe, somewhere on there, unless they've got some other stuff going on, which I really doubt it. But yeah, nice little spot here. I don't know what their volumes, I've actually never done a tour here, so that might be something to watch out for in the future. Bit going on though, so that was sort of conclude this one today. I think my observations, and I was actually kind of a bit surprised at how much activity must happen later in the day and in the night. It was good to see some garbage trucks. I'm guessing they're actually ramping up their scheduling with those areas being a bit busier. We saw some event management with some of the equipment coming out for the festival. And what else did we see? A few other junk trucks, 3 other mail trucks, but we'll just wander back now, and it'd be great to hear what anyone else thought. Hopefully that was enjoyable, and I've actually been thinking on this work that I might do something around how logistics shapes a city. I think there's some interesting things I was thinking about as I was walking around that might make a good another episode. So as always, thanks for listening.